So I decided to get the Nintendo Switch Lite in the color gray for a very good reason. It's because that was the only one available. I wanted the coral color, but that was nowhere to be found, and as we know, the Nintendo Switch is sold out everywhere, but getting the Lite worked perfectly for me. This is also the first time ever seeing a Nintendo Switch in real life and holding it, so I was really excited. In the box, it came with, of course, the console, the charger, and a little pamphlet that gave you about all the facts about the Switch. The first thing I realized was just how light it was. It truly does live up to its name. The charger is just your basic standard one. The Lite's color was a very dark gray, which is perfect because I think it'll pair well with the skin that I got for it. The skin that I got is from stickybunny.com in the color Lavender Lunar Sky for $25. This is also my first time with working with this skin, so sorry in advance if it doesn't come out perfect. For best results, I'll also be using a blow dryer to help me with the air bubbles and whatnot. Removing it was pretty easy, and it doesn't tear at all. I could tell from the moment that this skin was high quality and definitely worth the money. It was often described as a big sticker, and that's true, it definitely is. But imagine the sticker being a lot thicker and tougher and way more flexible. So my strategy was to line up the skin with the smallest piece on the Switch first, that being that tiny little rectangle in the left corner right there. Lining that up first gave me a good blueprint on where everything else should go. Also, this skin is in exact measurements, so there is little to no room for error. So once I lined up one side, I did the other. And as you can see, I kept lifting the skin, and every time I did, the skin didn't get less sticky or anything. Doing the front for the most part was really easy, and I was super happy how it came out. For the edges, I used the heat from the blow dryer to sort of melt the adhesive and have it bend downwards. Then I start pressing down on the skin to create this seamless finish at the end. I highly recommend using a blow dryer whenever putting on a skin, and you'll see more as to why you should as we continue on. Alright, on to the back. For me, the back wasn't too hard. The only thing that gave me trouble was the raised edges on the upper left and right. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. For the back, I first lined it up with the two bottom strips on the lower back of the Switch and moved my way up from there. The edges were a bit difficult as well since it was pretty stiff when I tried to curve it to the side. So I used the blow dryer more frequently here to help me bend and stretch out the skin a bit to my liking. So I applied hot air for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then I tried smoothing the rest of it out with my finger. I tried lining it up as best as I could, and I think it turned out kinda decent for not knowing what to do. Also, applying skin on a blanket full of lint wasn't the best idea, but you live and you learn. But my main concern here was the air bubbles, but applying heat onto it really helps a ton with that, as you can see here. The top was a little bit harder with lining it up towards the front of the Switch by having the gray show as little as possible. I couldn't seem to close the gap from the back of the skin piece to line up with the front piece, so I just tried creating a gray straight line. I kept removing and replacing the corner here so the thin gray line can be consistent throughout. I used my tweezers to push the skin downwards, and it helped a bit. Also note that these tweezers are really sharp, and I was being kind of aggressive with the skin, and it still didn't tear, so 10 out of 10 so far. Once done, I'm finally going to work on the raised ridges on the back. Now this was pretty difficult. I couldn't seem to smooth it with my fingers, so I applied hot air once again and tried smoothing it out with the back of my tweezers, and it honestly kind of worked. So I did the same strategy to the other side, and sadly that side didn't work out as good as the first one, but that's okay. It seemed like no matter what I did, that air bubble just wouldn't go away, so I left it at that. And this is how it came out. Now for the little pieces. This wasn't hard at all. Lining up the little pieces was pretty simple since I was working with such a limited amount of space. I didn't need to worry about air bubbles at all. But of course, I kept my tweezers in handy to line it up perfectly as possible. The bottom strip wasn't too bad either, but it did give me trouble with the fit. I lined up the strip with the smaller details, but the edges came off short. I used a heat gun yet again to stretch out the skin and have it so the gray doesn't show at all. It worked, but it also overlapped with my other strip of skin, creating these raised bumps. So these aren't air bubbles, they just got overlapped on both sides, but I didn't really mind it. Once done, I applied heat all over the skin for about 15 to 20 seconds to let everything set. I'm not sure if this does anything, I'm just doing it because it feels right somehow. Anyways, I'm really happy with the results. It came out so much better than I expected. Of course, there are flaws here and there, but it's what I expected, so I'm not too bummed out about it. And the skin is all done, and now I have a cute pastel lavender switch. Now, onto the accessories. I got pink and blue thumb grips from Amazon for about $10, and I also got a white Nintendo Switch Lite case to match. For the thumb grips, I chose only the pink one since I'm not a fan of blue, and I heard it was easier to flip the grip's edges inside it out and then apply it so you can snap it right back on. I'm still paying extra attention to the placement, so I don't have to adjust it in place. And just like that, it's on. Easy, right? I did the same thing with the other side, only this side took me a lot faster to apply. And this is how they both look on. It looks so cute and goes really well with this color scheme, and I'm happy with the results. But I'm not done yet. For the case, I wanted something to match with the thumb grips and of course the colors, so I got a white one with a matching pink paw. When you open it, it gets even more pink. Can you tell how much I love pink yet? It has a small pouch for accessories, and the back of the case has a soft velvety feel to it. That's where you put the Nintendo Lite in, and use the panel to strap it in with a Velcro strap. The panel also has tiny pockets for games, which is really convenient, even though I only have one game right now, and of course that is Animal Crossing. I'm just adding on the wristband for safety, and I was surprised it was pretty stretchy. Alright, so this is the final product. I hope you enjoyed, and please do not tag me for the skin installation. This is my very first time, so go easy on me. Regardless, I love how it came out, and I think all the colors complement each other very well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Whoa!